Megan Fox.
And Megan Fox has the story.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox writes at PJ Media.
Eat Tucker.
And that was your last.
Damn it, man. I cried for 2 days.
Megan, thank you very much for that.
So, I can explain the bed thing.
If you don't show up and vote, up your ass. I don't care if you're in the hospital. Crawl to the stake. Crawl there.
It's like Jesus going into the temple. He's like, I got a whip! Get out! Get out! The lovely and wonderful Megan Fox. Not that one.
Not that one. Not the weird one that drinks blood in his toe thumb.
Megan Fox.
Megan. And honestly, Megan, if you don't like it, I'm sorry.
She's the devil.
Megan.
Megan Fox.
Megan.
Megan Fox.
I've been very nice to you, although I could probably maybe not be based on the way you have treated me, but I wouldn't do that.
You've never met a like me. You want to tangle? You want to go? Holy sh!
Too much cussing on this. I guess we didn't bleep it, so we got to turn it off. But it's.
You pissed off the wrong woman.
Oh my God! I have been assaulted when Megan Fox runs wild on you, brother.
She's the devil.
Not for publication.
The story.
I'm Megan Fox. Thank you. Cheers.
Good morning, everyone. I'm up bright and early. It's me, Megan Fox. I'm here, and you're here. Thanks for being here. By the way, it looks like we've got a first live. Katie Cat, you caught your first live. Well, congratulations. Welcome. Glad you're here. I'm Megan Fox, your resident medium smart journalist. I'm here to give you all my medium smart opinions, and starting out the day on a good note, Unhung Hero has started us out with super chats. Says, I can fix her. It might require a vasectomy, though. I don't think so. You can't fix this one. I keep trying to tell you. And followed it up with, did I say vasectomy? I meant tonsillectomy. Oh, my goodness. Well, if you are new to this story, we are talking about Laura Owens versus Clayton Echard. Clayton was a former bachelor who has very bad luck with the ladies. He's been accused falsely a couple of times now. One, he was accused of having an affair with someone while he was in a relationship, and he was able to prove that he wasn't even in the same city at the time. And then he was accused by a woman he had a one-night fellatio stand with. That's right. 2 blowjobs. That's it. And she accused him of fathering her twins. 11 days later, Laura Owens said she was pregnant with Clayton Echard's twins. Now, this has been going on since May. And she hauled him into court asking for a parenting plan for children that didn't exist, that she has not proven have existed. And up until November, was claiming she was 100% pregnant at 24 weeks with twins. Now, the very next motion that she filed after that was, oops, never mind. There are no more babies. I'm no longer pregnant. And as you can imagine, Clayton Echard's lawyer and him, they've been dragged through this now for months, said, oh, no, you don't. We're filing for non-paternity. We want to prove that he was never the father. There were never any babies. And we are waiting for that trial to begin on February, I believe, 27th. However, there are two new updates. There's a new motion that we're going to read from Echard's lawyer, Greg Woodnick. I'm going to get into that. And there's also something new on the docket. There's a status hearing that has been set for next Wednesday. Now, what does the status hearing mean? As far as I know, it may be good news for Clayton, because a status hearing might mean that the judge has read through all of these motions and wants to make a ruling, but wants to know where they are on certain things like discovery, because discovery is something that Laura Owens has been refusing to turn over. For instance, the proof that she was ever pregnant in the first place. All she will give anybody is a picture of a pee test that could be faked, could be for HCG, could show up for any number of reasons. She has not given any evidence of a blood test. She has not given records directly from a doctor. The only sonograms she has provided were found from old YouTube videos or blog posts. So where does that leave us? By the way, I have really good news about my podcast. So Fox Den Daily has launched yesterday. If you have not followed it and subscribed on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you listen to podcasts, make sure that you get subscribed to that podcast. And the good news is that the downloads yesterday on the very first episode were good. And I know they'll only get better. And if I keep up on this trend, I will hit my goal by the end of the month to get the podcast monetized, so I don't constantly have to bother you and shame you for super chats. That would be great. Speaking of, though, please do send them if you would like to, because the show does run on your generosity. So super chats, Rumble Rants, Locals, Tips, Cash Apps. You can send all of those. Venmo. By the way, I'm using Cash App tips now specifically and just for my massage therapist. I've decided Cash App because I have a little card that I can spend at stores and whatever. So anybody who sends me a Cash App, that's going directly to therapy for my neck and my pinched nerve, because I really do need to get more massages more often to get this thing moving again, because I am back in pain and it sucks. It sucks to be in pain. I mean, I got a little bit more movement today, a little less pain today. What did I do yesterday? Oh yeah, I've been hanging upside down. I found this exercise my husband did on Instagram. Who's here? I hear the dog barking and a door closed. That's weird. I'm the only one home. Should I check? Should I check? Is it still bad? Yeah, it came back. My pinched nerve problem came back. But I am moving a little bit better today because my husband found this exercise that goes upside down on a lounge chair, and the arm pads on the chair, it hits in just the right spot, like back here, and then you hang your neck back, and that has actually helped a little bit. I'm having a little less pain today. So anywho, it's not a sex swing, but I do have a yoga swing, which I can't use in the winter because it has to go outside. So the yoga swing is good, but I can't use it right now. No, I don't need an inversion table because I can hang upside down on my yoga swing, which is in the Amazon store, which is another place that you can go to support the show. Lots of products that I use are in there, including all my hair products. I was told today that I have a voice for radio, but hair for YouTube. I love that. I need to put that in a motto or something somewhere. I think it was a FedEx truck. I'm hearing a truck. Had to have been the mail. Okay. Anyhow, so if you want to go to the Amazon store and check out my yoga swing and all sorts of other things in there, it's in the description, in the link tree. And one of the mods will post it in the chat because they're good mods and they work hard. Okay, let's get over to, and by the way, Fox Den Daily, it did have its first premiere episode. And let me show you. It's called Off You Fuck. The podcast kicks off. It is hosted on simplecast.com, and you can find it there, or you can find it on. Oh, dang it. I hit the wrong tab. I can't share this? Really? Oh, yeah, I can. There we go. All right. So, first episode is up. I will be recording the second episode after this live stream. I'll be doing it live for locals members only and YouTube members as well. And we'll be doing episode 2 today, which I'm very excited about. Episode 2 is going to be hilarious. Dave Neal roasted me yesterday on his podcast, and I am not happy about it. No, that's not true. Actually, it was very funny. It was very funny. We have a Taylor Swift feud going, and I will be addressing that on the podcast today, and it will be hilarious. And by the way, please don't take, he was roasting me for something I wrote on Twitter. Don't take anything I write on Twitter seriously. I swear no one can ever tell when I'm joking. All right. So one of the funny things, though, that did happen on Twitter before we get over to the lawsuit, and I promise we will. I know people complain that I don't get to the topic fast enough. However, this is funny. So this happens to be all the time. So Chaya Raichik, who is the founder of Libs of TikTok on Twitter. Let me share this because this is so funny. She posted this yesterday and it made me laugh out loud because people do this to me all the time. She said, "I'm not sure what to do with this information. Thoughts?" And it is literally somebody who sends her a little message that has screenshots of her on TV and says, on a separate note, "Please have your thyroid checked. I hope I'm wrong, but you may have an enlarged thyroid. We need you in good health." And Chaya responds, "Why do you say that? I'm very sensitive regarding thyroid health. As a woman, we need to be aware of this. I have a family history of thyroid issues, and I was watching you, and it looked like your thyroid gland was a bit swollen." All right. This happens to me constantly. People in the audience are constantly saying to me, "Your thyroid is swollen. You need, if you're on camera at all, someone's going to say this to you." So I responded, I said, "People do this to me constantly." So I finally went in and had it checked. It turns out I just have a fat neck. Thanks for noticing, internet. If you think you've had a bad day, I went to the doctor just to be told that I had a fat neck, which I didn't need to be told because I saw myself on Tucker Carlson and I literally look like a thumb with a face. I can't. But if you're on television at all, this will happen to you. Someone will tell you that you have a goiter and it wrecks your entire day. Fat Neck Tuesday. I know the video is old, but it still looks like a thumb with a face. I'm sorry, but it does. Off they need to fuck. Off you fuck goiter people. They mean well. But great. Thanks for making me think I had cancer. Turns out I'm just a fatty, a fat fatty, a fatty, fat fatty. That's.
Look, Fat, look, here's the deal.
Fat Kita would agree. Perfect. All right. I got to pull up the new motion. I hear it's fire. I haven't read it yet. But I hear Reddit was just absolutely melting down over it. They just love Greg Woodnick. They call him Zaddy Greg. I don't know what that is. It's like some kind of Zoomer slang for something. I'm not sure what. I think it's daddy with a Z. I'm too old to understand. Hello, fellow kids. All right, hold please. I have to pull up the file. I don't have it pulled up yet. I did invite Legal Vices if he wanted to pop on here with us to read this, but I haven't heard from him because he was having computer problems, so I don't think he's streaming today. All right, hold please. Sarah Adams says, are you pregnant in the throat? Well, these days, anything could happen. Literally anything could happen. All right, do I need to download this? Oh, hold please. I have to download this. We'll put it in our Laura Owens file, shall we? And now can we open it? Oh, for crying out loud. Hold please. Hold some more. Have a sip of coffee. There we go. There it is. And share screen. All right. Ashley Casey, thanks for the super chat, says, we need to be nice to Laura. Tomorrow would have been her due date. I still can't believe she picked Valentine's Day as her due date. I can, because it's all a fantasy. And in her fantasy, that would be her due date. Unhung Hero, thanks for the super chat, says, still have a few minutes. There hasn't been hair talk. Well, don't get me started. Joe Pottinger, thanks to the super chat, says, I'm subscribed to the Fox Den Daily using the CastBox app, eagerly awaiting episode 2. Well, I'm eagerly awaiting to record it because it's going to be funny today. I've got some good stuff. In fact, I have a lot of stuff. I may have to split it into episode 2 and 3 because I think I over-prepared. I think I have too much. All right, here we go. Here we go. By the way, meganfox.locals.com. I have the live chat open. There is one going. If you guys want to also support the show by going over there, it's $5 a month. It is the best $5 a month you'll ever spend. We have a hilarious time over there, don't we, folks? And the memes will be flowing. What do we have on here? In fact, here's one. This is a good one. This is a good one. I don't think I got to show you this last time because I ended the show before I saw it. If you're having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I've got 99 problems and Laura Owens is all of them. Please send help. Hopefully not for long, Clayton. Hopefully not for long, because Greg Woodnick, or Zaddy Greg, whatever it is Reddit calls him, he's on it. He's on the case. And he's working on it. And it sounds like things are looking up. All right, memes are life, and if you want to be a meme farmer with us, get over to Locals. We are live on Rumble right now as well as YouTube. Hey, Rumble, how you doing over there? I don't know where your chat is, but it's here somewhere. I'll find it when I close some of my windows. This is an expedited motion. Look, we're only 18 minutes in, and I'm getting to the document. Look at me, cutting down my usual bullshit time in half. Expedited motion to continue trial and motion for additional trial time. Respondent Clayton Echard, by and through counsel undersigned and pursuant to Rule 34C, Arizona Rules of Family Law Procedure, hereby requests that this court continue the evidentiary hearing on sanctions and attorney's fees currently set for February 27th at 4 p.m. So I think that means they want it pushed out. Respondent also requests that this court allow an additional 75 minutes for this hearing, for a total of 2 hours. Yeah, they need more time. This motion is expedited as trial is currently scheduled for the end of February, and petitioner has failed to provide any disclosure, see below, and has engaged in what appears to be a concerted effort to undermine the judicial process. As repeatedly stated in respondent's prior filings, petitioner has wantonly and willfully failed to provide any Rule 49 disclosure, respond to any request for production, and refused to attend a properly noticed Rule 57 deposition. She sure did. She sure did. This is not the way anything works, Laura. This is not the way any of this works. You have to show up and you have to provide discovery. Period. Petitioner has further refused to sign fetal death certificates or basic HIPAA releases related to any form of medical care she testified to receiving for her alleged high-risk pregnancy, in sarcastic quotation marks. Notwithstanding this conduct, respondent appeared at petitioner's noticed video deposition at her most recent counsel's office and fully participated last Friday on February 2nd. The issues of sanctions and attorney's fees cannot be adequately adjudicated without disclosure and discovery from petitioner, including the opportunity for respondent to depose petitioner. Again, petitioner video deposed respondent on February 2 after intentionally failing to appear at her own properly noticed deposition. Additionally, the 45 minutes currently allocated for this hearing will not allow respondent to fully present his position on the issues. No, 45 minutes is definitely not enough time to go over all the freaking issues that there are in this case. Ooh, I just realized I forgot to put this out on Twitter. Dang it. Where's my YouTube live studio? Here we go. Hold on. Let me share this on Twitter real quick so that the peeps know to get in here. All right. Whoops. Oops. Hate it when I do that. All right. Okay, that I don't need up. This I don't need up. This I do not need up on the screen. Okay, closing windows, trying to close some windows so that we don't get interference. All right, moving on. Oh yeah, don't forget to like this stream and subscribe. We are well on our way to 30,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and that would be really exciting. I would really appreciate that. So if you haven't subscribed, you know you want to. Go ahead and hit that button for subscribe and make sure you hit the bell so YouTube will just ignore you and not send you notifications. Oh, by the way, if you think you're subscribed to this channel, make sure you double check and make sure you still are subscribed. Because YouTube has this weird thing that they do where they unsubscribe my subscribers. I wonder why they do that. Seems like a lot of us are having that problem. Those of us who have opinions outside the mainstream press. Yeah, IT Goatee, I got that. The status conference, we talked about that. That's happening next Wednesday. Can't wait to hear what happens there. As for his motion to continue trial, respondent states as follows. On August 1st, 2023, petitioner initiated the underlying action when she filed her petition to establish paternity, legal decision-making, parenting time, and child support, alleging that she was pregnant with respondent's twins after one night of oral sex. You just couldn't even believe that this was in a legal document unless you saw it, could you? I mean, this is seriously, see, Callie Sandy RN says, yes, I was unsubbed last week. Everybody go and check and see if you're subscribed right now. And if you're not subscribed, resubscribe. Don't let YouTube do that to us. Why are we unsubscribed? Why are they unsubscribing my subscribers? YouTube is asshole, I tell you. YouTube is asshole.
Bullshit.
All right.
Because you are a corrupt person. You're the most corrupt.
YouTube is corrupt. I don't know what their problem is, but they have a problem, and they're taking it out on us. Respondent maintains that this alleged pregnancy was a hoax, a con.
You are fake news.
Much like the previously litigated matters involving petitioner and other men similarly situated. Oh, wow. Special K says, sorry to sidetrack. Great job on your podcast, Megan. Well, thank you. And episode 2 will be recorded after this live stream. And if you're not signed up on Locals, meganfox.locals.com, you'll miss it. Or you can be a member here at YouTube and you'll get to see the live recording of it as well. Let's Talk Megan's Hair says, not loving this, like to watch ratio. Let's Talk Megan's Hair. It's funny. All right. This is a great sentence. Respondent maintains that this alleged pregnancy was a hoax, a con, much like the previously litigated matters involving petitioner and other men similarly situated. Damn! I still don't have my damn button. One of you sent it to me, and I'm going to have to dig through my email now to find it, but it's in there somewhere. Here, as with the prior matter, petitioner faked medical records as her supposed proof of pregnancy. Ooh, ouch. That one hurts. That one hurts. Where are my sound effects? Oh, shoot, they're closed. Never mind. I need to add some new buttons. This time, petitioner chose a television personality on which to perpetrate this fraud. And not only faked the pregnancy, but attempted to extort him to date her in exchange for an abortion of fictional twins. Oh my God. Oh my God. Fictional twins.
You are fake news.
Fictional twins is so fantastic. Oh my God. All right, I gotta pull up my soundboard. I'm clearly gonna need my punching noises. There we go. All right. Whew. Oh yeah, somebody should have made a bingo card for today because there's so much in this. This is fantastic. It's on the record forever now. His attorney says LA is the best at writing these briefs. I agree. He's very good at these. And probably because poor Greg Woodnick has had some serious encounters with Laura Owens himself. She accused him of plotting to kidnap and grape her. Like, she literally wrote a letter to a judge accusing Greg Woodnick of kidnapping and graping. The last G in Joe and Greg stands for gangsta. Oh, man. All right. Respondent refused to date petitioner, who then continued to promote the false narrative that she was pregnant to the media and the court system, including during the subsequent injunction against harassment proceeding, where she appeared on video in court wearing an ostensibly fake pregnant stomach and asked Judge Gil Kedis to allow her to show respondent that she was pregnant. She then continued to contact the media, including the tabloid The Sun, Reddit, Medium.com, podcasters Dave Neal and Reality Steve, etc., furthering her entirely fraudulent fake pregnancy narrative. Fraudulent, fake. That's a good alliteration. We like alliterations here. Fraudulent, fake pregnancy. Oh, no, you know what would have been better? Fraudulent, fake fellatio pregnancy. We could have had a triple alliteration in there. That would have been hilarious. On August 21st, respondent filed his answer denying that petitioner could scientifically be pregnant with his twins after they engaged only in oral sex on May 20th, 2023. Petitioner seems to acknowledge that no sex occurred in her bevy of 500 emails and texts, which resulted in Judge Gil Kedis granting an injunction against harassment against petitioner after a 2-day trial on the same. Now, we watched that trial, so we remember seeing that. Callie Sandy RN, thanks for becoming a YouTube member. Welcome to the Fox Den. Let's see. Nearly 7 months have passed since petitioner initiated this action, during which no disclosure has been provided by the respondent. No disclosure has been provided by the petitioner, despite the requests made to her numerous counsels. How many counsels? I think we're up to 13 now. Numerous counsels in accordance with Rule 49. Petitioner has willfully and wantonly failed to comply with Rule 49. Rule 49 provides in pertinent part as follows. Unless the parties agree in writing or the court orders otherwise, every party must serve an initial disclosure of information required under sections D through K not later than 40 days after the filing of the first responsive pleading to a petition. Oh my God, this is such a great point. Squid pro quo. She's going all Sarah Boone with. She's worse than Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone's only on her 8th attorney. I think Laura Owens is on her 12th or 13th. Consider that Laura Owens has a harder time keeping an attorney than a woman who locked her boyfriend in a suitcase and watched him and laughed and filmed it while he died. It's easier for Sarah Boone to keep an attorney than Laura Owens. Dewey says factually fake and felonious fetal claims. That is a fantastic alliteration. Nice work. Nice work. As of filing, no disclosure has been provided. Respondent intends on filing a motion to compel in short order. Oh, that should be fun to read. On January 17th, petitioner failed to appear at a properly noticed deposition. See respondent's notice of non-appearance at deposition pursuant to Rule 57G. Notably, respondent appeared and cooperated with petitioner's video deposition on February 2, so she can show up to Clayton's deposition. But she can't show up to her own. What the hell?
Wrong.
It's so wrong. Thank you, sir. It's wrong, I tell you. Wrong. Respondent is unable to fully and meaningfully present his argument, for which he should be awarded attorney's fees and sanctions. Yes, he should. And a finding that the petition was filed in bad faith against petitioner without disclosure from petitioner. She seems to know that after the myriad of conversations had with petitioner's attorneys and is flaunting her failure to provide the same. Oh, sorry, I skipped a word. She seems to know that after the myriad of conversations had with petitioner's attorneys and is flaunting her failure to provide the same. So not only has she not provided it, but she knows she is supposed to, and she hasn't done it.
Wrong.
So wrong.
Bullshit.
So much bullshit. She has been given billions of opportunities to turn over evidence.
Billions and billions and billions and billions and
Billions and billions and
Yeah, that's how many opportunities she's had. Literally billions. Petitioner's convenient claim. Petitioner's convenient claim and effort to get the case dismissed without full adjudication by now saying she is no longer pregnant.
bullshit.
Does not indemnify her from providing Rule 49 disclosure or participating in discovery in accordance with the rules, as fully detailed in respondent's response objection to petitioner's motion for confidentiality and preliminary protective order. Oh, do you remember how stupid that order was for confidentiality? My God. I might be embarrassed by the things that I've done. Oh no, protect me, oh black-robed, oh black-robed judge, protect me from the embarrassment of the things that I've done. My God, woman. I might be embarrassed by the proof that I lied. Oh yeah, I should have used this voice.
Judge, I need protection from all the terrible things I've done because I might be embarrassed if people find out the truth. Please, Judge, please protect me from the consequences of my own actions.
JD Buck says the splintery strap-on of consequences rarely arrives lubed. That's funny.
Phrasing.
Okay. Let's move on. To date, petitioner has provided no verifiable proof of pregnancy by respondent. The foundational basis of her original petition to establish, and despite her invocation of Rule 2, if she did have a miscarriage, seemingly impossible, as she could not have been pregnant from oral sex. It does not explain her under oath testimony with Judge Gail Ketsis, where she displays her pregnant stomach and confirms in her testimony that she is not only pregnant 24 weeks at the date of testimony, but under the care of multiple medical providers for her high-risk condition. Yep. It does not explain that. Simply said, petitioner's pregnancy was faked. Yep.
You are fake news.
The bump displayed in Judge Gail Ketzis' courtroom was ostensibly purchased, as evidenced by petitioner clearly adjusting what appears to be a fake belly and guzzling a Monster Energy drink. Oh my God, I'm dead. Where's my damn? I need my damn button. Shit. There has to be something in here like that. Why can't I find one? And why have I delayed so long in adding this to the soundboard? What is my problem?
What is my problem?
I need a damn button. Hold on. There's got to be something. No. Community sounds, maybe? Damn it. My God. What's lie detector? That's kind of funny. Okay, wait. What is this? Hold, please. Oh man, all of them are explicit. I can't play them live because I don't know what they say. All right. Anyway, moving on. Oh. Woo, that was spicy. That was spicy, Greg. Simply said, petitioner's pregnancy was faked. The bump displayed in Judge Gail Ketzis' courtroom was ostensibly purchased, as evidenced by petitioner clearly adjusting what appears to be a fake belly and guzzling a Monster Energy drink. Oh, so good. Curious for someone claiming to have a high-risk pregnancy. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Her entire petition was predicated on either lies or delusions and mirrors prior litigation involving Ms. Owens and a growing list of other victims, at least 3 known men, including respondent. Holy shit.
You will pay for what you've done. And I pray that God send angels to visit vengeance upon you.
This is totally Greg's energy right now. Greg Woodnick's energy right now. Respondent has complied with all requests for disclosure and participated in a video deposition as required by the rules and requested by petitioner. Petitioner has provided none and continues to flout the rules of the court she invoked. Yeah. And she shouldn't be allowed to continue doing it. She should not be allowed to continue doing it. I am sick of this. I mean, it's like, does anybody... does our justice system care about justice? I'm starting to wonder if the Maricopa County Court cares about justice. How can they have let this go on for so long? How has this been going on? I just don't know how this has gone on for this long. Ugh. You would think, I would think if I were a judge. Yeah, more emotions, MG Law. And this one is so fire. Did you just get here? Because you've missed a lot of great stuff. Like, great stuff. I hope you were here before now. Because you just missed, oh God, there were... You got to back up. MG, if you just got here, back up. Because this thing is fire. I would like to think that if I were a judge... and this case were before me, I would have recognized a long time ago that this woman is gaming the system and put a stop to it. Why doesn't this make judges angry? Are the judges just are they just too jaded at this point and like just don't care, and they're just it's just churning people through the system? Like, honestly, I ask you, those of you who work in court and who work around judges, MG, maybe you can answer this question, but like, are judges just like, do they just not care anymore? Are they so jaded by whatever is happening in the system? Are they that lazy? Are they that checked out that a case like this comes before you and you don't, long before now, 7 months in, make her show proof that she's actually pregnant? If the question even came up in front of me and I'm a family court judge, and the question, one person is saying, Your Honor, I don't even believe this woman is pregnant. That's really easy. I'm going to go, oh, okay. Guess what, ma'am? I'm going to send it. We need to subpoena your records. Sign this HIPAA form before you leave. I need to hear from your doctors. Have them submit those records to me, to my office, as soon as possible. And then we'll see if this case is going forward. Not doing anything until I see the proof. Why the hell have they allowed this to go on for 7 months in the Maricopa County family court system? Why? Why is this happening? Why can't the judges in the family court system in Maricopa County get a fucking clue? I'm sorry, but this is as much the judge's fault as this is Laura Owens, because the judge is enabling this. The judge has enabled this from the beginning. Why are my glasses so dirty? God, I need to buy those glasses wipes. I'm going to put them on my Amazon store. I need the glasses wipes so I can have them at my desk. But it's like I constantly have a film of like something on my glasses, driving me crazy. But I'm going to get my contacts on Valentine's Day. Is that tomorrow? I have an appointment tomorrow to get my contacts. Let me check, because I can't wait, because I cannot freaking see. How come it's not on the calendar? I know we have an appointment tomorrow, but it's not on the calendar. I'm going to have to make sure I know what time that is. Remind me later to check with my daughter, who keeps all the things on the calendar. All right. Where was I? No, it's not just Arizona. I cover family court all over the country. And let me tell you, the shit these judges do just makes you want to puke. It just makes you want to puke. They're constantly giving kids to abusers, all kinds of baloney. Oh, Locals has worked on a bingo card. Hold on. We have a bingo card for today's motion. Let's see what we can scratch off already. All right. Man, can you write this in black instead of pink? We can't read this. It's very light. Excuse me, I have to cough. All right, we've got poorly written legal documents. We can't cross that off because this document is fire. Cluster B disorder, we don't have that yet. Megan's unhinged cackle, I'm sure we've had that. We can click that one off. Free space, Megan making blowjob jokes. Defamation, we haven't got that yet. My own personal threat letter, I feel like that space is never going to be filled. Megan has tech problems. Not yet. Mouth babies. Did we talk about mouth baby? We did. We talked about pregnant throat. That counts. Self-serving news articles. Yep, that's in the motion. Oh my God, we almost have Binger. Binger. Thomas E. Binger. Owens lawyer gets wrecked. Dave Neal appearance. Serial harassment. Oh, that's definitely in there. Tonsil twins. Yep, we said that. Deposition no show. We got that. Cease and desist. Darn it, we almost have bingo. Uncomfortable text messages. Hoodwinked law enforcement. Megan is broken. Bamboozled court judge. We got that. Inappropriate parental involvement. False pregnancy test. Crusty dry humping. Mentions of previous victims. We got that. Oh my gosh, we almost have bingo twice. Podcast mention. We got that. Squirrel. We haven't done squirrel yet. Not that bad. I've stayed on topic, haven't I? I've done a pretty good job today. Duncan Idaho, thanks to the super chat, says, not one, not even judges want to arouse the ire of Laura Owens, lest they too should be accused of some unlikely method of paternity. This is just not acceptable. Our system needs to be better than this. Sarah Helville says, P.S. I just got my e.l.f. hydrating tinted whatever it was, and it's a really nice color and hydrating. Thanks for the tip, Megan. Yes, that e.l.f. hydrating tinted lip whatever, it's great. It's in the Amazon store, and I love it. I think it's a really good color, and it keeps the lips pretty moist. So I do like it. Go get one. It supports me and the show, and I appreciate you for doing it. Okay. All right, let's see if we can get a bingo. We have 2 spaces. Let's see. If we hit cease and desist or Megan is broken, we have bingo. All right, back to the document at hand. That was a fun little foray into into fun. A fun foray, if you will. All right, back to the document. Amazon store, it's in the link tree in the description. Go to my link tree and you'll find it. All right. Where were we? Number 10. There is good cause for a continuance given the wholesale lack of disclosure and discovery by petitioner, as no discovery has been received in relation to any claims made by petitioner, including the original claim of paternity on which this underlying matter was filed. Respondent has been left with an incomplete picture of the full extent. Oh, you know what? I forgot to read the footnote. Where was first footnote? There it is. Haha. Oh, that was just describing that that he's respondent previously appeared on ABC's The Bachelorette, and was the star of The Bachelor. Oh, I didn't know he was on both. All right, now we need to go down to footnote 2. I love footnotes. There's usually good stuff in the footnotes. Petitioner's counsel did offer to provide only limited disclosure at respondent's deposition, but not in a manner that would satisfy the evidentiary standards of Rule 2, which petitioner invoked. And respondent is unwilling to accept any disclosure that is not provided from the source itself due to petitioner's history of arts and crafts medical evidence, including faking sonograms. Holy crap. All right, we've got to go back to the bingo because we have one. Let's go back. We've got one. Owens' lawyer gets wrecked. Oh, we are now 3. We're now 3 spots. We could get, there's 3 options to get a bingo, going this way, or this way. Fantastic. Boom. All right. Man, faking sonograms. You got to think that the clerk of court has got to be reading these motions at the water cooler every time they come in. Like, gather round, ladies. You won't believe what this bitch is up to next. All right. Petitioner's baseless accusations and myriad of filings have harmed him. Yeah. As such, respondent requests that the hearing be continued to allow for disclosure to be received. Respondent has been patiently waiting for petitioner to provide any disclosure for over 7 months. The original claim on which this petition was filed was brought in bad faith over 7 months ago, and no disclosure with which to verify it has been provided. Do you think Greg's gotten his point across yet? He has said the same thing about 5 times in this motion. This has been going on for 7 months, and for 7 months, we have received no disclosure from her. None, zero, nada, zip, nothing. Since then, the petitioner has involved several attorneys, and respondent has engaged in significant efforts to facilitate disclosure and discovery, but to no avail. As such, a continuance at this stage is appropriate, and respondent has made diligent efforts to avoid having to file a motion to continue, including several discussions with petitioner's attorney or attorneys. Wait, how did I get bingo? Lois, did I get bingo? Oh, arts and crafts? Was arts and crafts on there? No, arts and crafts is not there. Neither party will be prejudiced by a continuance. This continuance is sought in good faith and not for delay, as respondent needs access to critical disclosure in order to properly litigate. As and for his motion for additional trial time, respondent states as follows. Oh, was defamation? Did he say defamation and I missed it? Oh, well, it said that it has harmed respondent. He didn't use the word defamation. Do we have to use the word? Because he didn't specify defamation. I don't know. Let's keep going. We might come across it. The evidentiary hearing before this court, currently scheduled for 2:27, is set for 45 minutes. This allows each party less than 25 minutes each to present their arguments for the issues of sanctions and attorney's fees. Yeah, that's not enough time at all. Not at all. As this case has been ongoing since August, the issues for the hearing include, but are not limited to, petitioner's bad faith in bringing the underlying paternity action, despite not being pregnant by respondent, as was impossible from oral sex. Petitioner's factual contentions, assertions of pregnancy, not supported by any verifiable evidence from the onset of this action. Nope. Not verifiable. Petitioner's wholesale refusal to participate in discovery and disclosure. Petitioner's repeated filings, including a motion to dismiss once she alleged she was no longer pregnant, being unsupported by existing law. Petitioner's unreasonable behavior throughout this matter, culminating in respondent's motion for sanctions under Rule 26B and C. Petitioner's continued perpetration of fraud upon the court. Her absolute favorite sentence. She loves saying fraud upon the court, including falsifying medical evidence. LA says this has been quite the laborious litigation. True. Petitioner's appearance in a separate court proceeding and testimony that she was 24 weeks, due on February 14th, 2024, and being treated for high-risk pregnancy by Dr. McCool and Dr. Higley. Petitioner's failure to appear at a properly noticed deposition pursuant to Rule 57. Petitioner's unreasonable behavior justifying respondent's request for his reasonable attorney's fees and costs consistent with ARS 25 through 324. All other false and fraudulent behavior revisited in every filed motion pleading in this matter pursuant to Rule 26B. Get her, Greg. Get her. Respondent's position on these issues cannot be adequately addressed with less than 25 minutes being allocated to each party during the upcoming hearing. Therefore, respondent respectfully requests that this court allow the parties an additional 75 minutes of trial time for a total of 2 hours. I don't even think 2 hours is enough time. Frankly, this could be a 4-day trial. There's enough evidence and missing evidence where it should be like a 4-day trial. Man, I'm having an allergic reaction to some. Undersigned reached out to petitioner's counsel regarding their position on the above, but no response was received. In light of the quickly approaching deadlines, expediting ruling is requested. Wherefore, respondent respectfully requests the court vacate the evidentiary hearing scheduled for 2/27 and reset the hearing for 60 days to allow time for petitioner to engage in discovery and disclosure. She's not going to do that. It's just going to be 60 more days of her not turning over stuff, and she'll probably fire her current attorney. And then she'll get a new one and say, I don't have time because I have to get this new attorney up to speed. That's what will happen. I think I need to go take an Allegra. Throat is closing up. Water. Hold, please. Holy Lord. Is it your thyroid? Yes. I need to keep those allergy pills at my desk so I don't have to get up and go find one. Set the evidentiary hearing for at least 2 hours. Order such further relief as the court deems. Signed, Greg Woodnick. All right, do we have anything else? Verification. This is just the statement at the end. Oh, Exhibit 1. Ooh, we've got exhibits. We have exhibits. Okay. Sent Monday, February 5th. From Greg Woodnick to Attorney Corey Keith. It was nice seeing you on Friday. Corey, it was nice seeing you on Friday. Since we have not received any disclosure from Laura, the RFPs remain outstanding. The HIPAAs have not been executed, provided 3 times. The fetal death certificates, provided 2 times, also ostensibly not executed. And we still need to depose Laura after she failed to appear at her deposition. We are going to file a motion to continue and request additional trial time. I assume you agree, but let me know so I can note it in the MTC. Nice. All right. I have to go get an allergy pill. I will be right back. You guys, while I'm gone, do your squats. The show is not over. I'm coming back.
You impose fatness on you. You did it by going, oh, I want the butter on the popcorn. Oh, I want the butter on the ice cream. Oh, I want the butter on the sandwich. Oh, I want the butter on the salad. Stop eating butter.
Can you just get up, walk 1 mile?
Do squats!
Walk farther. And if you can't walk, crawl, roll, get dragged by a goddamn forklift. Whatever is wrong with you, just move. Ever. Get off the chair. Get off the couch. No one is coming to service you while you sink into that furniture, while you become one with the pleather your poor ass got on that Walmart couch. Can you try not floating into sadness? Stop eating, stop drinking, start walking, start doing anything that you haven't been doing, you fat piece of shit.
All right. How many fatties did we lose? Who left the stream because they didn't want to do squats or push-ups or walk around the room for 1 minute and 28 seconds? I don't think we lost. Oh, we did. We lost about, about 30 people? 30 fatties. That's okay. That's all right. Elon has a message for you.
Go fuck yourself. But go fuck yourself.
Who misses leotards? I do. I'll tell you what, I do. Of course, I don't think I ever looked good in a leotard, and I don't think I would look good in one now, but it was fun to see them on TV all the time. All right. So we are done with that motion. Let's go see. Let's go see what is new on Reddit. See if there's anything new. And then maybe we'll go over some more of the Horse Girl Wars lawsuit, which is absurd. There we go. All right, our justice for Clayton. What do we have here? See if I can share this. All right, we have the expedited motion, which we just read. Status conference, we saw that. Oh, yeah. Somebody wrote all the transcription of the text messages from the Contractor case all in one place, which are really something. They do show a pattern. She has a real pattern to how she talks to people. You know, she sends 500 text messages like all in a row. And it kind of is hilarious that he wasn't like, you know, I don't need this job after getting 500 text messages. So Dave Neal put out a video on the Contractor lawsuit that we went over some of yesterday. It doesn't look like there's anything new. Oh, this is interesting. So in the dispute, the Contractor dispute, there was this. Wait, how do I make this bigger?
Phrasing.
That's what she said.
All right. Make him big in. No? Okay, how about open in a new tab? Let's try that. Can we make that bigger? Because I can't read it. There we go. All right. This is funny. Now, this was during the Contractor dispute that she had, the filing against Sean, the Contractor, and her horse barn thing. The court has again received and reviewed a plaintiff's motion to compel and for sanctions filed February 4th, 2022. This appears to be yet another disclosure or discovery dispute in the case. As the court has previously informed plaintiffs multiple times via minute entry filed December 14th in the first instance, this court requires strict compliance with Arizona civil procedure regarding discovery and disclosure disputes. Oh, so she had a problem with disclosure in this case too. Therefore, it is ordered denying the motion to compel and for sanctions with prejudice. It is further ordered the plaintiffs shall file no further motions to compel and or for sanctions without leave of the court. Should plaintiffs fail to obey this order, the court will set an order to show cause hearing to discuss appropriate sanctions to be issued to plaintiff. So the judge, so this is what judges do, by the way, when they have a vexatious litigant. They will disallow them from filing any more motions in the court. So it seems like this judge saw what was happening. It's unfortunate that the Contractor settled with her, but I think he just decided he had to, because it was either that or be dragged through court for more and more time, you know, be there into court with Laura Owens for a year or longer. So that's most likely why they decided to settle. Okay. God, my throat. This is not good. I may have to pull the plug on this if I can't stop the constant clearing of my throat. It's making me nuts. It didn't start till I started streaming. All right, so what I want to do is go to my live stream from yesterday, because some of you left some comments that I thought were really interesting, and I want to go over some of those comments. Now, as a just a notice, these are obviously the opinions of those in the chat. They are nothing but their opinions. I can't verify if any of these people are actually experts, except for my cousin Alex. I happen to know that she is a horse girl and she does know what she's talking about. So I can verify her. Now, I can't verify anybody else who left comments. So these are just their opinions. And we're going to read some of their opinions if I can find my channel. Why can't I get to my channel? There we go. And now I want to go to content. And yesterday's stream. No, do not play it. I want to go to the comments. All right, here we go. These are very interesting. All right, so Mischievous RN says, I am a horse girl with 40 years of both amateur and professional experience. She's full of crap and trying to get her construction for free. Hunter, is that H&J is hunter jumping or something, is also my passion, and they can be lame and or injured for a myriad of reasons. Remember that in the lawsuit, Laura Owens claimed that the installation of the mats is what harmed her horses. But so far, we haven't seen in the allegations. Oh my God, it's a Dave Neal sighting. Do we have a bingo? Do we have a bingo? It's a Dave Neal sighting. We get to click off Dave Neal appearance. There it is. There it is. We didn't get bingo yet, but it's close. What's going on, Dave? Dave, if you're bored and you want to jump in here, you're welcome to. I'll send you a link on your email. If you're not doing anything, you're welcome to get in here with me. And then it can be a real Dave Neal sighting, an actual live Dave Neal sighting. We can fight about Taylor Swift. It'll be hilarious. Let's have a Swift off. You know, I heard the roasting you did yesterday. It was pretty funny. And I have my own response to you today in the second episode of my podcast, which I will be filming directly after this. Because we're going to war, me and Dave Neal. We're going to war about Taylor Swift. This person that I care nothing about. I care nothing about Taylor Swift, but I'm going to war over it, Dave. Going to war. All right. So she says that a horse can get lame or injured for a myriad of reasons, not the least of which might be jumping. If she had a legal lawsuit, let me try to make this bigger so we can see this better. Nope. If she had a legit lawsuit of any kind, she'd be the first person to have professionals out to assess damages and a veterinary paper trail a mile long. She'd have an actual lawyer representing her. Right. She did it pro se, and it doesn't appear that she had any of those professionals come and look. Notice the repeat playbook of targeting new young businesses with limited experience and resources. She punches down. I thought that was a very insightful comment. I have the smartest listeners on YouTube. I just do. I have the smartest listeners. I love you guys. Let's see. There was more. Okay, so Alex, who I know is a horse girl, my cousin, she says her pony Tiffany is 15 plus years old. Becoming lame is par for the course. And a lot of people had said that. A lot of people had said, like, you have to actually try, you have to actually prove that the injury you're claiming the horse got is from the thing you're claiming it's from and not from other instances, right? All right, let's see. There's more. Okay, so Aidenosial says, hey, Dave, what's up?
How are you?
Well, you know, I'm still recovering from the Taylor Swift knockdown that I got yesterday on your show.
Boy, these broads are jealous of Taylor Swift, I tell you.
Is that what it is?
It's all jealousy. Come on. No,
I don't know.
I don't like her. She writes her own stuff. She's bigger than the Beatles and Michael Jackson combined.
I do like some of her music. I do. I used to really like her country stuff. I got disappointed with I think the real issue is I got disappointed with Taylor Swift when she did the thing they all do in Hollywood, and they turn these girls who start out so wholesome and sweet into vixens, you know, with the satanic weirdness at the Grammys. I don't know why they do this.
What a mom. What a mom.
I am a mom, and I have daughters.
Shakira wore a unitard at the halftime show. My sister got all mad. I'm like, oh, get out of here. You didn't have a problem blowing guys, and now all of a sudden, you know, you're upset that someone's got a one piece on and gyrating on a mic stand.
Well, but why do they all do that? Why does it always happen that you'll have this young pop star, right? She started country when she was like what, 14 or 15 years old. And she wrote these really great songs. Teardrops on My Guitar, I thought was really
Love
good.
that song. Yeah.
Really good. And I mean, I loved that whole album, and I thought that she was just going somewhere really fast, and I thought she was great. And then she kind of did this transference into pop music, which then automatically comes with turning whoever it is into an oversexed, I don't know, like OnlyFans actress on stage. And I don't understand why they do this. I don't know why it's necessary.
What's over? She has nice legs. She wears different outfits. I don't know. She's got full.
She's not one of the worst. She's not one of the worst, but there've been a couple of and why do they always do the one Grammy performance where everyone's wearing a druid robe and there's fire and witch paraphernalia and satanic symbolism? This I don't understand.
I do get your point about like the over sexualizing of like young pop stars. You're right that it does exist out there, but I mean Taylor Swift, she's a global icon. She's like so I saw someone post like, oh, outside of like white people, no one likes her, and it's like she just sold out 4 stadium shows in Tokyo. She's a global sensation. And I mean, look, she tips her truck drivers $100,000 bonuses. I mean, everything you hear about her, she donates to every city she travels to for tours. She donates to the food pantries. I bet you didn't know this because she doesn't tell people about it, but she's pretty charitable. I mean, sure, she's killing the ozone with her jet fuel, but you can't have it all.
Well, that's good. I mean, we like that she's doing charitable things. And I really don't have I don't spend a whole lot of my day thinking about Taylor Swift. It's just that, so you accuse me of being a conspiracy theorist.
Well, some of those guys, like Umbrella Guy, we love these guys, but they're like, I didn't even watch the Super Bowl, but it was rigged. And I'm like, what is I don't know. I mean, to me, that's where you lose me when you think the Super Bowl is rigged. Are you kidding me? It came down. It was one of the longest games. I mean, the main sport you can rig is basketball because the refs can just decide who to call fouls on. But there was no egregious, like obvious play that went completely the wrong way. Like some Super Bowls, they really botch a play. There were no botched plays there. The better team won.
That's
I wanted
true.
the 49ers to win, but the
And
better
me
team
too.
won.
And that's true that there wasn't anything obvious. I think though that NFL fans have for a long time been concerned that there is rigging going on, whether it be because of betting or through bad calls. I know that lots of fans are concerned about rigging. Like we all kind of have this bad feeling in the back of our head that like, is this really, are we watching worldwide wrestling? Is that what's happening here? Is there a storyboard that they're building every year? And I mean, people have thought this long before Taylor Swift. And then it just, it's just one of those things. It's like, of course, Taylor Swift would start dating, one of the football players on the winning team. And of course they would win the Super Bowl. It's just like,
yeah, well,
I'm not saying it's rigged. I'm saying it looks like a story.
That's the problem with society is people connect dots where there aren't any. I mean, sure, they won the Super Bowl, but they won the Super Bowl last year. She ended up going on a date with the guy who was on a really good team. I mean, I don't think that anyone in the NFL would conspire to have Kansas City be the good team. No, they would have the Jets, a New York-based team, or a LA-based team. They would have a major market. It's Kansas City. No one likes them. But when I see that, I go,
we can agree on that. Nobody likes
sports. The thing with sports is there's enough. There are enough data points where you can connect dots where there aren't any. That's all. There's the referees they're all like lawyers. They all have reputations, and the machines wait. It's almost, to me, it's like when people think there's conspiracies in the government, and there are conspiracies. But whenever people think one conspiracy leads to another, it's like the whole system's way too competent to hold on to a lie that we're pushing for the Chiefs. And you know what I mean? It was the most watched Super Bowl of all time, but the winner wouldn't have determined whether or not, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's like people.
Well, why do you rig?
Why
do you rig wrestling?
Well, that's a completely different thing. Wrestling
because it's a story, right? Because it's like a soap opera, and they write this story, and they have like storyboards, and like they have the certain things they want to happen because they create drama, much like reality TV. We've got producers rigging shit behind the scenes to get the drama, to make that. Now, I'm not saying that the NFL is doing this, but would it surprise anybody to find out that, yeah, this kind of thing kind of happens? I don't think so. And I think a lot of people are just feeling that everything is fake these days. And so it's hard to believe that anything is authentic when so much of what we are surrounded by is fake.
You say, would it be hard to believe it's rigged? I say yes. It would be the biggest news story of the last 100 years. I mean, Pete Rose gambled on sports, banished. The Black Sox bet against the World Series, banished. I mean, there are billions of dollars on the line in the betting world. There are regulations that are set up. So yeah, I do think it would be a big story. I think people want it to be rigged, but the idea that, well, wrestling's rigged, wrestling's not rigged. Wrestling doesn't pretend to be real. Like, wrestling knows what it is. That's like saying Friends is rigged. Friends isn't rigged. They just wrote the script already. You know, it's not improv. It's written. Wrestling is written. They have writers. They know it's not rigged. But anyway. Oh my!
I think it would. Hey, Tasha.
Oh, Megan Fox says, "Hey, Tasha."
I think it would be.
Put Tasha on the bingo board. By the way, we'll get her.
We should put Tasha on the bingo board. I think it would be rigged if I think the only way you could rig NFL would technically be if refs or players are betting, if this is a betting sort of thing, which I'm not saying that the Super Bowl is rigged. I just think it's all strange. I just think it's weird how people have this feeling. And I think a lot of people have it. Like, I don't know, is this real? Is it not real?
Mom. I sound like my mom.
But I don't want it to be.
There are the facts. You got to look at facts. Yeah. Well, I just feel like I'm pregnant. I don't know. I just feel like there's a baby inside of me, because I know you can't get pregnant from a blowjob, but I feel like I am. So maybe there's something to that, right? There's something to the way I feel.
All right, you nailed me. You got me. It's
the only
true.
mailing that's gone on in this case.
Feelings do not care, or facts do not care about your feelings. I should know this by now. And the truth is, you know what's really funny is that I really don't care about the NFL at all. And so it's funny. I told you, Dave, don't believe anything I say on Twitter. Don't take anything I say on Twitter seriously.
And I honestly don't. And you're like, oh, Dave's against me. Are you kidding me? I owe my life to you, Meg Fox.
Oh, shut up. You do not.
No, I truly do. But I tell you what, though, I have to say this. You know what wasn't rigged? The hard on I got watching the halftime show with seeing Usher out there with Lil Jon. That was okay. I went to a friend's party because my wife was sick and sleeping, and she's like, just go to the party. So I go to my friend's party. And then at halftime, I was like, I'll drive back. I put the game on. I put the halftime show on my phone, and I play it at full blast in my car's stereo system. I almost drove off the road. And some people were like, oh, we didn't like it. I was like, you just grew up in a different time period than I did, because that was all of my jams from college.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. It had such a 90s vibe. I loved it so much. And I haven't loved a Super Bowl show since Prince, maybe in 2007, maybe, like, right? I think that's when he was. I loved every second of it. And so did you, obviously. And I actually was going to save this for my second episode of my podcast, Fox Den Daily, today. But since you're here, I was going to play them a little clip. Let's see, Bachelor Rush Hour. Let's pull up your thing from yesterday, because, oh my God, you had me rolling, Dave. Rolling yesterday, because I don't know if you guys know this. Now, Ben Shapiro took over the rap world, with his very first hit, but he may be getting some competition from Dave Neal. Like, Dave Neal has perhaps going to give him a run for his money. Let's see. Let's play a little bit of Dave Neal rapping, because it's hilarious. Wait, was it which one? It was not the afternoon.
It must have been the morning.
It was the morning. It was the morning. Hold on.
Oh, but that's today's morning.
Oh yeah, yesterday's morning. Here it is.
Content.
This is it. You have so many podcasts. It's insane. It was like at the 16. Who listens to these things? I do. The 16-minute mark. I still remember what minute mark it was at. I laughed so hard. Okay, here it is. Dave Neal rapping.
Can't listen to that music and not immediately triple my heart rate. You know what I mean? I don't know. Okay, that's it. That when you know what I mean? Like, okay. Maybe
Wait, I missed
crown.
it.
Hold the head steady. I'ma milk the cow. I'ma take the truth. I won't stop till I get her in their birthday suit. So give me the ribbon and me over there goes. And then over to the front. Touch your toe. Huh? Oh my gosh, I'm done. I'm up. No, look, hey,
That is what you are missing if you are not subscribed to Bachelor Rush Hour.
My apologies to the chat room if I got anyone pregnant with that, but what can you do?
Oh, there's so much more. You guys have to go back and listen to yesterday's morning episode to hear Dave Neal rapping. I think you and Ben Shapiro should team up, Dave, and make an album.
Well, I don't have that on my bingo sheet, but you never know. You just never know. Hey, what can you do? I mean, look, I don't know if I'm losing my mind or if these are good episodes. I truly don't know sometimes. But the needle is threaded so tightly that sometimes losing your mind is the best episode.
I love it. I love it so much. So my first episode of Fox 10 Daily, I had a decent amount of downloads. There were like 230 downloads on episode
congrats.
1. I was
That's so
excited
good.
about
I'm so
that.
proud of you that you didn't wait. You know, so many people go, well, when I have this, I'll do that. You just dove into it, which I always say, leap in the net will appear. And it's a different market. You know, you'll get some YouTubers, you'll get some new audience. Like it's like just bringing yourself to a new market, a new marketplace for people that are going to find your content.
Yeah, it kind of is functioning as like a commercial for my live stream for the long shows, you know, because it's really I'm doing like 25 to 30 minutes. But what's funny about it is that, so I had this dream the other night. I guess it was not last night, but the night before. And I think I know what it means now. Somebody mentioned something on Twitter. I put it up on Twitter. I had a dream, Dave, that I got a face tattoo. And this tattoo was and I don't have any tattoos. I'm not a tattoo person. I had half of my head shaved to here. And the tattoo went all the way across my forehead, down this side of my face, and up my scalp. It was huge. And it had on the forehead part, it was like a partial map of Saudi Arabia. Don't ask me why. I don't know.
You need to switch your medication, I think. By the way, it sounds like you want to be a pop star. It sounds like you secretly want to be a lesbian pop star, the way I'm listening to this.
And when I went to the mirror and saw, like when I woke up in the morning and saw my face in the mirror, I was so horrified. Like, what did I do? And why did I do this? And I had like one eye was like a total ring around one eye and red like chains. It was so bizarre. So anyway, somebody on Twitter was like, sounds like you're worried about something you've done that you can't get out of. And I'm like, oh, I know now. It's the damn podcast.
Yeah.
I've told them I'm going to do this every day, and now I've made I have to do it every day.
I know
and
this game just you try to do stuff so you don't have to work, and next thing you know, you just doubled your workload.
Just doubled your workload. So I think that's what it's about.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt when I went to 2 episodes a day. I was like, I feel like I'm going in the wrong direction here, but you know, like I need to clone myself.
Yeah. LA says you're worried about going to prison. Don't think so.
I could see you in prison being like there's a hoax in the cafeteria. I don't know what there's a conspiracy with the mashed potatoes. You know, you're just like creating this whole movement.
Oh, yeah, conspiracy. I like conspiracies though. This one is especially.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
I think maybe Taylor Swift is a lizard person. That's my favorite conspiracy. That lizard people live among us. I would not be surprised if that bitch has scales. And
right, we have dry skin. What do you want?
I think that YouTube used to be much more fun when people like David Icke were on the platform, and we could, you know, listen to 45 minutes of him talking about archons and the alien invasion. I personally find conspiracy theories to be hilarious and fun, which is why I like to tease people about them, because I like them. And so
I think it's a certain type of brain that likes to question things, and I think it's good for society. I just think a lot of conspiracies, like conspiracies are fun, but then you got to look at evidence once in a while and go, okay, you know, it it doesn't line up. And I'm not saying that for any specific conspiracy, but it's just like, all right, you got to know, like, I'm all about people taking wild swings. Like, you watch one documentary, next thing you know, you think the earth's flat, and it's like, okay, well, let's hear the other side of things.
Oh man, the
some
flat
people
earthers.
some people can't get that idea. So when, like it's, the like umbrella guy being like, well, I don't know. I'm watching this from above. And you're like, from above where? You didn't even watch the game. I played football. Like, it's very hard. I mean, the best conspiracies are when there's the least amount of people involved. You have 8 refs. You have the head ref in New York. You've got all of these communication lines. Where's the conspiracy? Like, a conspiracy would be when one person can do something behind the scenes, but the more people that exist, the more, chance there is of it being botched, I guess. That's like the aliens. Like, what do we have? Thousands of people in the government. Where's the alien? Yeah, I want there to be,
Well, they keep saying there is, and then they never show us the proof now. It's weird. We went from there are no aliens to, yeah, there's been alien sightings and stuff, but you can't show us? You still can't show us?
Yeah, they got these little, like, white looking, like, furless MO sized dolls. And I'm like, are they real or not? I don't know. I want to believe.
I want to believe too.
I was saying this the other day, speaking of like extraterrestrials, I just came to this realization that my whole life I've been attracted to women in business suits.
That's an interesting fetish.
But it's because I hit puberty right when X-Files came out. And
there it is.
I just have a thing for Dana Scully. I like Dana Scully in a trench coat. And like I said before, it made Columbine a weird week for me because you get these trench coats involved. We don't know what's going on. But yeah, it's I don't know. I'm all about people expressing their conspiratorial beliefs as long as they're able to listen to evidence that might prove them wrong.
The weirdest thing is Bill Clinton was in office when X-Files was going on, so you've got Hillary Clinton running around too.
There you go. Old Rodham had it going back in the day.
Could have been that, Dave. Could have been Hillary.
Never know. Watch out for those pantsuits. They'll get you. Pencil skirts, don't get me started. Don't get me started on a pencil skirt. Oh boy.
So I was looking at some comments that people had left on yesterday's live stream about the horse stuff, about the injuries. I thought you might find this interesting, Dave, because we have some people, like I said, this is their opinions. They're claiming to be horse experts, and I can't verify it, but this is still interesting nonetheless, that people who have dealt with horses have different opinions. This one said, there's so much on both sides as an equestrian professional. The mats would not cause those types of injuries. And yes, I've been in barbs with them and handled national and international caliber horses. I'd want to see the treatment sheets from the vets stating the cause of the laminitis and probably the hock injections. I went over the evidence that she presented in that contractor thing. And there were bills, vet bills, but there weren't like an explanation from the vet that, oh yes, this injury was caused by this thing.
It was, wasn't that wild? Like I was looking at it perplexed because I don't need another lawsuit from her. And I'm looking at this going, this is so much bandwidth, but I think the public needs to see it all so that they can do what the public does, which is experts, when enough people look at things, they can find the flaws that I can't. I don't know about horses or whatever, but no, would we think, and I'm not accusing her of this, that these injuries were caused from other means. I don't think she's somebody who hurts her animals or anything like that. I just think that we don't, there's no, you're not able to see, there was no inspection done on his work. So there's no way to know whether or not it was done right or wrong based on her photos. And I spoke to him and for an hour, and as I'm speaking to him, he's getting text messages from her saying, you better not be speaking to Dave Neal. You better not.
Really? She's still texting him?
Yeah, I guess out of the blue, he's like, oh my gosh, you just got a text from her. And then, of course, that night, she goes on the offensive with her article, or whatever you want to call it, which was like, oh, he's got this axe to grind. Well, I'm sorry. That whole idea, where, I forget the Latin phrase there, but it's basically the boy who cried wolf. Like once someone's proven to falsify medical evidence, and again, is that proven in the court? We're going to see, but it's in the public opinion, it looks like she completely manipulated ultrasounds to her advantage. So once you know that she's capable of doing that. We don't have a moral barometer to know whether or not she's on the right side of this other story. And it could be that he was not great at his job, but basically all he said was he went in for one gig and she kept on changing what she wanted done. And I see it as a contractor who tried his best to please her, even to the point where he's like, I'll refund you the money. And she uses that to prove, like, even he proved he was wrong because he wanted to refund the money. It's like, you just can't win. You just can't win. Like, there's no, like, he just got sucked in here. What a bad, bad omen, I guess.
Dave, did you ever catch a Contractor from Adam Carolla?
No, but that sounds fascinating.
It was a great drama reality series bit that was on for a couple of years back in 2016, and Adam Carolla had as a comedian, most comedians do have a background in construction for whatever reason before they go into comedy, and he would go in, and these people, generally in California, Arizona-ish area, they would find these people who have said, hey, I've been screwed by my contractor. I paid, $30,000 up front for a kitchen remodel, and then they ghosted me because they came in for 2 days, destroyed everything, and then left. And Adam Carolla would come in, find the contractor, and then be like, hey, either you're going to come back and finish the work under our supervision, or we're going to help these people take you to court. And then they would usually, keep throwing jabs at them while they're fixing everything, and then the person gets what they want.
Interesting.
It was a great show, but then they ended up getting sued for whatever reason because...
Of course.
Well, it's so tough, right? Because my family's, I come from a family that has a contracting business, and I've myself worked as a small business owner, and people you'll do half a job and then people go, oh, we don't like that color. And it's so hard to really know what the price for something's going to be. And this also happened during the pandemic where you can't even get piping. You see the guy, he's trying to get piping off the black market because he can't get the right stuff he needs. So clearly, but I mean, as most contractors, they kind of just take the gig and then figure out how to do it. And maybe it was shoddy when it was all said and done, but it doesn't mean, Meg, trust me, there's other crazy things that this guy told me. I'm not prepared to say publicly yet. But I asked him questions. I was like, did she ever come on to you? I mean, I had to ask these questions to be like, do you fit into the other kind of things that go on here? And it's bizarre. I don't think he has any problem telling his side of the story, but I do think he's kind of running it by his lawyers to be like, okay, do I want to deal with her any longer? Because clearly she beat him in the legal system. He didn't want to take her to a long battle. He knew she had money, and it almost sank his business. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. There's enough going on there where there's enough, he basically says she caught him, with a couple text messages, and he always wanted to talk on the phone. So when you see all these crazy messages from her with no response, it's like, well, he's just picking up the phone and calling her.
He calls her. I could tell that from the way she was texting. You could tell that they had a conversation in between. So, and the other thing that I picked up on was right in the beginning of the lawsuit, there was, in his response, right in the beginning, he said when he first went out there, there was an inspector there because neighbors had called and complained they had a conversation about permits. And after that conversation, everything changed. So was she trying to get this work done without a permit? And then and I know that can be a real problem that can add a ton of costs, because now if you tried to go around the city inspector, now the inspector is there and they're going to tell you have to do all this other stuff. That's going to increase your cost by a lot. So I was wondering if maybe that had something to do with the increased cost too.
Yeah, there's so many questions about permits, and then about, are they even zoned to handle the jobs they're saying they're doing? Which, and again, I'm not trying to catch her in any new things. These are just questions I have. I mean, is she running a business in a residential neighborhood where you're not supposed to be flipping horses? She's essentially horse flipping. I don't know what the term is, but she buys horses and trains them and then sells them. People are saying the property is only an acre big, which includes a house, a casita, a pool. So these horses don't even have a chance to run around. They're also in Scottsdale, which can get up to 115 degrees. Like all these questions you don't have answers to, but it would be nice to know at the very least she's not endangering these animals or whatever. Who knows? Maybe they come on maybe they come on, and she sells them within a month during the off season. I have no idea. I'm not making any accusations, but I really hope somebody who knows all of the zoning issues can look into this.
Yeah, I agree. Duncan, Idaho, thanks for the tip on locals, says, I think the basic problem is that we have this very civilized legal system full of civilized people who mostly understand the rules governing how we interact with each other. And so the system doesn't wrench itself apart. Laura doesn't care about those rules, and no one knows how to deal with this wild banshee flying around, shrieking and flinging litigation every which way.
Flinging litigation. That seems like a punk band.
She should have a band. That's what it should be called.
I think I've actually put it all together. Everyone's saying she copy and pastes all of her fake evidence. Maybe she makes glue sticks from the horses. Maybe that's and then
do the arts and crafts.
That's how she funds the arts and crafts. I got it all figured out, folks. Put that in the court document.
Casey, thanks for the super chat, says way behind, but damn, I'm excited for some Woodnick motion sass. And Dave joins. It's Christmas.
Yeah, I've got that's what I'm posting right now. My update to Woodnick asking for more time. And so I got to go in a second, but do you have all of the updates on what's going on?
All I know, well, we read the motion, so
Okay.
I know he wants the extension, and I know that there's a status hearing on Wednesday, which I think is good news for Clayton. I think the judge may be going to rule on some of the motions before and probably give him the extension. I'm thinking.
I don't see it's so reasonable. He says, I need 2 months. We don't have any of the information. The fact that this is the thing that's crazy. The fact that they asked to depose Clayton and he immediately showed up and obliged shows they have no case. It shows she has no case to dodge going in person.
Right.
Now, she's going to use this troll death threat to whatever advantage she can. She's going to claim she's at risk. She doesn't, she needs the court case sealed because of, she's going to use all of that, or at least try to. But I don't see how the judge can look at any of this and not, either she tells the truth or she lies to the judge's face. There's going to be no evidence either way. And after the judge makes the ruling, and again, will she file for bankruptcy? What's her next move going to be to dodge the responsibility here?
I think it'll be fire the lawyer so that she can say, I need more time to get another lawyer.
Poor Corey Keith. I can just see him looking at his banking app, waiting for he's like, the check hasn't cleared. Oh shit. All right. Yeah. You and Giuliani can go, cry in a corner together, not getting paid.
Colorado Canadian, thanks to the super chat, says, hi, Dave and Megan. I'm curious to know how a well-off family did not have health insurance for their daughter with epilepsy when she sued the contractor. I think you mean Uber. That was the Uber lawsuit that said she didn't have insurance. That was an interesting question too. With all these health problems and stuff, you're uninsured. Did you read that Uber lawsuit, Dave?
Yes. And what's funny is I have a source who told me she gets Uber for life, which I don't know if that's true. Let me tell you something. I worked as an Uber driver. It is one of the shittiest jobs you can do. If I had Jane Doe in an Uber, I would probably barrel roll out of the car and just start a new life. You know what I mean? Holy hell.
Didn't she also claim to have dated the CEO of Uber or the founder of Uber?
Yes,
was
she
this
did.
lawsuit some way to get his attention or something? It's very. What do we know about that? Do we know anything about that?
Nothing. We know nothing about those wild claims. She claimed to date Dean Lewis, who's a famous singer, an Olympian, founder. Well, she didn't say the founder of Uber. She said a billionaire named Garrett. Turns out there's only one. He founded Uber. So that's
pretty coincidental then that she then sued Uber.
Yeah. And it's just wild stuff. I don't know. It's wild. It's too much. I don't know, we'll never get, but the fact I can't get over this, the fact that Woodnick, this case was about to be dismissed, right? the judge was like, all right, well, there's nothing new. We'll just dismiss. And then Woodnick goes, actually, we'd like to do some, see who's going to pay the bill. And it just opens this whole, because I don't know anything about anything here. I'm just a journalist who normally covers, Bachelor contestants' toe shapes. And all of a sudden, I'm getting a nice little postgraduate degree in content. So I'm looking at this going, oh, it sounds like a loss. And then everyone's like, no, they're going to have to argue all these things to see who's paying the bills. So again, smart move. And this is why Clayton needed a lawyer. And I don't know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying pat me on the back, but my audience, without them, he doesn't get this lawyer. Done. Case closed. He doesn't get a lawyer without my audience coming in. I appreciate Megan and everyone else who's come here. But at the time, it was like nobody was looking at this and going like, how do we organize for this guy? And then everyone came together and donated. And I know Clayton, he's a smart guy with but no one knows the law until you have to deal with it. And you need lawyers to know these chess moves that you can play.
Absolutely.
Deandra from Woodnick Law, who cross-examined Jane Doe at the the injunction against harassment hearing, she got all these questions lined up so that now it can pay off. She knows all of these doctors that Jane Doe claims to go to. All right, great. Well, let's just give them a call. We can do that. Put them on speakerphone. Let's do it. Nothing. Crickets.
So the one thing that I have a concern about is we're going to get the status hearing on Wednesday. And unless they actually compel her to do discovery, what is the point of the 60 days for the hearing? Because if they're not going to be able to get any of this discovery,
he's filing a motion to compel. That's the next thing he's going to do is file the motion to compel. So he wants the time, and they're having the stat. And he said in this motion, he's filing a motion to compel. So that's probably coming in the next day or two, I would say. I would imagine. Dave, I got to tell you, I am now watching The Bachelor again because of you.
Back.
And I want to know, did you update everyone on Bullygate this morning on the rush hour? I didn't get to listen.
Well, do you mean on Sydney's Instagram reel?
I didn't see Sydney's Instagram reel.
That's what I have coming up next. So she just lied and said she was emotionally abused and all these things. And I mean, not lied, but she's completely delusional. So she made a reel, sharing some mean audio she's getting from people. And it's like, look, this is the problem I have. You do something bad and then you get upset that the internet doesn't like you. And it's like, there's going to be collateral damage, like with Jane Doe. There's going to be collateral damage where you have to deal with trolls. I don't want that. I've said a million times, it would be such a fair fight if we didn't have the comment section coming in and harassing her. And I can't stop people, but I'm also not encouraging it. And the same thing kind of happened with Sydney, where she clearly came off looking horrible. And now she's like, well, it's the character they created. And it's like, all right, I get that. I'm not private messaging.
Did she really say that?
Yeah, but it's like, look, I get it. They sort of like, pump you up and get you going on Monster Energy drinks and mimosas. And you're like, whoops, sorry. But so I never message people or whatever. I think it's the lowest form of intelligence to privately message a reality star. It's truly unhinged behavior, but at the same time, it's like you got to just don't open your phone. You got to ignore it,
or close your DMs, to just people, and that way you won't have strangers. But they'll just comment on your reels or whatever. And look, the internet is a cruel, cruel place. Calm down. But I mean the whole idea that she was bullied by Maria sticking up for somebody for being older is just nonsense. It's delusional. It's so much delusion.
Here's the social media I want. I'm not saying I want everyone to have their verified driver's license posted. I just think it would be fair if Instagram had a version where the only way I read your comments is if you're a verified human. It doesn't mean you can't leave a comment. It just means I'm going to toggle on I don't give two shits what you have to say if you're not going to back it by your driver's license. That's the fair world I want to live in, where everyone has to deal with each other on a man-to-man, human-to-human level. That doesn't work out well for algorithms because the social media, they love this infighting, but it's so just turn it off. I get a couple random hate comments from people. If I could hit the button where they don't exist, I would never know about it. And I already have a barometer for when I get something wrong or if a joke doesn't go right or whatever. You don't need private people on,
like my Taylor Swift jokes.
Yeah.
They're not going over well.
I can smell my wife burning the bacon, so I'm gonna have to get out of
All
here.
right, you go.
But I'm
Thank you for
posting
dropping by.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm posting my response to the Clayton asking for more time video right now. And now that you're doing a podcast, we'll have to get you on my podcast sometime.
I know. You'll have to come on mine. It'll be fun.
All right, perfect. I'll see you then. I'll wear my Taylor Swift rock jersey or whatever.
Okay.
Have a good one. I'll talk to you later.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
All right, everybody, go and subscribe to Bachelor Rush Hour podcast everywhere you listen to podcasts so that you can hear Dave Neal and his hilarity every day. Laura, thanks to the super chat, says, just listen to the podcast. Nice job. Brad, I wasn't real thrilled with episode 1, but I just figured I'm hitting the publish button anyway, because like Dave said, you just got to jump in. Don't give any excuses. They're not all going to be perfect. It's not all going to be, but I just got to get it out there. We're trying to do something here. I'm giving it 2 months. If it doesn't pay off in 2 months, well, then we'll go back to doing what we were doing.
In the engineering world, we call it analysis paralysis. You can spend all of your time analyzing things, trying to make sure it's perfect, but until you actually start doing something and then start iterating on it, you're never going to actually get started.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I just decided to push the button. Zenit Forward says there needs to be a cause and reason for treatment of the horses. I can tell you after the last rain, my mats are uneven and I need to fix them today. My horses will not get laminitis or need hock injections. LOL. I mean, I have heard some conflicting information from people who, have horses. They're like, no, this does not cause that. Mazza says, I don't know who's directly harassing her, but I'm sure it's none of us. We only want to laugh from afar and help the victim. That's true. I feel like laughing from afar is good enough. But yeah, Brad was great in your podcast. I know he's a natural. His voice, it's so good.
Having this new microphone helps. I don't know if you in YouTube land can tell, but this is a new microphone that can pick me up a little bit better.
Yeah, it sounds great. It was actually a little hot when you came in. I had to turn it down, but now it sounds perfect. Perfect. But you know how StreamYard is. StreamYard is just so difficult to deal with the audio. So the chat needs to actually tell me if our volume levels are about the same. I turned it to what I think it is, but then again, I can't hear back what StreamYard is putting out, which is so upsetting. I wish I could. It's ridiculous that I can't hear it.
And I told you, Megan, but I did order a permanent camera to add, so you can have. I don't have to set up my phone to get my camera functional.
Great, that's exciting. Very exciting. All right. Well, I think we've done everything we were going to do for today. So I am going to head over to meganfox.locals.com and put up a live stream that will be streamed just to locals for members only and also members only on YouTube. And I'm going to record episode 2 of Fox Den Daily. And it is hilarious. Yes, we are going to cover the Where Are My Balls case, which is the funniest freaking thing, or also, I don't know, the downfall of society. I'm not sure. The world is ending, folks, and it's going to end in a barrage of people's extracted balls sitting in the refrigerator next to the eggs.
My wife keeps them in her desk drawer.
Good one, Brad. Good one. All right, folks. So if you are not a member at Locals, use my promo code Tonsil Twins, all caps. You will get 2 free months when you sign up for a year. It is less than a latte at Starbucks a month. It is not expensive at all. It's the best $5 a month you will ever spend. If you only want to do it monthly, use promo code Maya, MAYA, for all caps, and you will be given 1 free month, and you can check it out. If you don't like it, you can always cancel. I don't care. Amy Bonner, thanks for the super chat, says, as an ADHD woman, I give you huge props on starting the podcast. You're a real motivation to me. You know what, Amy? The ADD does get in the way. It does, because the motivation is very difficult. And I think that's why I had that nightmare about the face tattoo, because it was like, oh my God, I just did something permanent and I can't get out of it. You know, I promised I would do this. I said I would do it for 2 months, and it does. It gives me major anxiety, but we're just going to continue on. I'm going to push through and see what we learn. If any, we're going to learn something, whether it's a success or not, doesn't matter. We're going to learn something. But I appreciate you guys. So make sure that you review the show on Apple Podcasts. We do need those reviews, and we need you to subscribe. Subscribe to Fox Den Daily on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get your podcasts. It will be there. Robin says, you've inspired me to get back to my podcast. Thank you, Megan. Well, great. Good for you. Good for you. And, you know, whatever it is that you want to be doing out there, just do it. Just do it. I am nervous about it. I feel like, oh God, now I'm locked in and I have to do this every day, but it'll be good for me because it's good for me to follow through with things. I struggle with that with ADD. I struggle with the follow through.
The one thing with Apple Podcasts, though, is you don't rate individual episodes, you rate the entire series. So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was looking desperately for it yesterday and I couldn't find it. And it turns out you have to give the show a rating, not the individual episodes.
See, we're already learning things. So follow Fox Den Daily on Apple, Spotify. Rate the show wherever you can, however you can. I'm still learning about all of this. I'm learning, and we're going to learn as we go, and it's going to be fun. So today's episode is really, I can't wait for it. It's going to be so fun. So I'm going to get to it. So meet me over on Locals, or if you're a YouTube member, stay tuned, and you should get a notification of a members only live stream. And I'll see ya in a few minutes. Take care, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow too. If you're not showing up for the podcast, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, everybody. Take care.
I was so lost, my world is near its end. I almost felt my head is full of a million choices. I am alive, I'm not here to pretend. I love my friends, my heart is filled with voices. Oh, this road has many choices. Oh, and my heart, million voices. Come next to me, my friend, embrace the sky. I'm not afraid to fly. It's not the time to say goodbye. I don't wanna say goodbye. I'm not here to pretend. I love my friends, my heart is filled with a million voices. Oh, this road has many choices, and my heart, million voices. Come next to me, my friend, embrace the sky. I'm not afraid to fly. It's not the time to say goodbye. I don't wanna say goodbye.
Johnny's problem is he should come storming in there with a string of garlic and some holy water.
And a cross.
May the power of Christ compel you.
No, I
You realized his house was infested with succubuses. And
of what? Yes.
Succuloters.
When you arrived in the afternoon. I don't remember saying it now. So
no wonder he said drown her before you burn her.
Oh my god.
You-
Your next witness?
Now I know why you wanted to drown her.
Laces. And that is
Witness
also
lives in
by
Romania.
video.
Is that correct?
That depends on his